now the French wrestling fan, they're supporting, they're going to every show possible. Even on the wrestling side now, there's like more and more wrestlers. Top one in my head that I want is Michael Oku. Even if the RevPro title or no title, I'm coming for him for sure. So if he's saying that, I'm waiting for him.
Welcome back to Grapple Theory. Thanks so much for joining us once again. And this week, we're over in France because we're joined by Mr. Hype himself, Kuro. Kuro, thank you so much for coming on the show. How are you doing?
I'm very good, and you?
Yes, not too bad, thank you. Not too bad. It's great to have you here. It feels like it's a really good time to have you here to chat because it feels like although you've been in wrestling a little while, this has really been like a breakout year for you. Sort of 2024 into 2025 has really been the year you've stepped up and made your mark and made yourself known to like the wider indie wrestling community. Would that be fair to say?
I think, yeah, like I would say like mid 2024 to now was like my breakout year-ish. So yeah, I think like 2025, yeah, might be the year.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you're having that sort of breakout, when things are really going well for you and you're making debuts and you're getting to new places, can you enjoy it in that moment, or is it all a bit of a roller coaster and you don't get to enjoy it until you look back on it?
I think I enjoyed when I get like back home because like you said, it's a roller coaster. So like I'm more having like the pressure, like a bit of stress. And when it's over, like I could say like, oh, this happened, and I'm really happy this happened, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, have there been like for you any particular matches or moments that really stand out that are really like, wow, that was big?
Um, I think like I would say the end of my match with Robbie X at RevPro with like the fans saying like please come back, and also like just last weekend in Progress when they were chanting the song, and I was like, oh, that is sick.
I was gonna say, like, as we're recording this, you recently just made your electric ballroom debut. I mean, like that's
Yeah.
something that I think progress for so many British and European wrestlers is such a big thing to try and want to achieve is to wrestle for progress in the electric ballroom because it's such an iconic venue. Like, how was that moment?
Uh, I've been a fan of Progress since like I was like maybe 14, 15. Like I watch a lot of British wrestling thanks to like the Pete Dunne, Trent Seven, Tyler Bay, like NXT. Um, so yeah, being able to do Progress was like a big goal of mine. So when I did it, I was like, wow, that is unreal.
And you of course got to team with Eigler as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Again, incredible, like real again, been a real breakout year for him as well. Like, how cool is that for you guys to be tagging together, knowing like that you both made such a mark on British wrestling, having both come from basically like the same country.
I think I wouldn't have do it like with like anyone else than him because he's been like my brother since like soon to be like 10 years, and he's also the one who trained me when I started. So like being able to do that with him was like a combo that was like magic for me.
What has it been like training with it, like having him train you? What was it like in that beginning? Because obviously he's again such a talent as well and someone who's really made his mark.
I think it's great because he's like same generation as me, so he will understand like some stuff that I might be thinking of like wrestling or even in general. So yeah, having him training me is like surreal.
You've faced off a lot against him as well, Igler, as well, in the past. Like, is he? Do you prefer having him as a tag partner or as an opponent?
Um, I would say as an opponent because we can tell like more and like yeah, like, it's like competition, and like we're gonna wrestle each other in like 3 weeks, I think. Yeah, in 2 weeks, 16 March.
Mm.
So yeah, yeah, I would say like against him. But being in the Tiger Room is good too, because like we had so many ideas of things, and it's good like we had like an opportunity to like try these ideas as a tag.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, like over here, like if we're talking about just the last week or so, you know, you had made your ballroom debut, and then the day after you wrestled for Ichiban in their debut show with Iger as well, and that was again like they gave you had two really hard hitting matches over those 2 days. Is the body feeling it now?
Yeah, the body was feeling it right after the each band show. Like my body was a bit sore, I would say, but I was like, I knew it was gonna happen. I knew my body was like gonna end up in shambles after that. But yeah, I was really glad to have those 2 matches against like Smoking Aces and Diamond Eyes the day after.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and gives you, I guess, that incentive as well. Obviously, I know you didn't win the tag belts, but I'm sure you and Oga as well are going to be gunning for it, going to be coming back, wanting those tag belts at some point again.
I mean, they cheated to win, so we definitely have to get our rematch.
Exactly, you deserve it. You own it because again, you gotta win clean, really. Otherwise, a rematch is obvious.
Yeah.
But talk to me in that case about the wider field, not just sort of like the last week, like you mentioned, like that RevPro match you had with Robbie X, like those sort of things where you're coming over here, making your mark in progress in RevPro, and the crowd are really feeling it and really chanting for you. Like that must be such a rewarding feeling, knowing that you've made such a mark somewhere. Especially because again, like I feel like the British scene over here, like the British fans that I know, were talking about you long before you made your debut over here. Like
Yeah.
knew it was special. And then when you were announced your first show over here, like everyone was like, yes, it's happening. Like that must have been a really good feeling, knowing that you were so in demand from both promotions and the fans.
Yeah, because I think they've seen uh, a lot of my stuff against one of their UK wrestlers. Like I faced Conor Mills last year. I had like yeah, at Conor Mills, I had Leon Slayer, at Joe Lando. I think Joe Lando was the last one before the end of the 2024 year. So I think they've seen some of these matches and they were like, oh, we need Kuro in the UK. We need Kuro in the UK. And I was like, oh shit, they know this about me. So when I had the Rev Pro announcement, I saw the fans was like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. No. I was like, okay, this is really good. I didn't think they were they were this like happy of having me in Rev Pro. And when I debuted in Rev Pro, I didn't have the song my team song. So I sort of even reacted to that. They were like, "Oh, we didn't have the team song." And I was like, "Oh, they even wanting to have the chant and everything." So I was like, "Okay, in progress, for sure we're gonna have the team song." And then they were chanting it, so I was like, "Okay, this is dope."
Yeah, which is great, amazing, and it's great to see for you as well, for someone to like, again, whoever it is, just be so over straight away, so like
Yeah.
in blood straight away. And again, does that like when you know there's that expectation, that again that hype around you already, like does that put a bit of extra pressure on you? Like, oh, I need to live up to this because people are expecting so much.
Mhm. Yeah, I have to deliver. Like, everyone was so waiting for me in the UK, so now I'm like, okay, I have to like double deliver when I'm here.
Are there any like, in terms of like, say like British wrestling, are there any matches going forward that you haven't had yet that you're like, that's next on the bucket list? I want that one. I want that one.
Um, so I would say I kind of want like the rematches that I had last year in France. I kind of want them in the UK. So like Conor Mills, Leon Slayer, Orlando. But I would say the top one in my head that I want is Michael Oku.
Yeah,
It's definitely the number one match that I want on the UK scene.
that would be sick. I mean, Oku obviously is like, I think he's like, he's like the top guy on the scene at the minute, isn't he? He's like the best of the best at the moment, and that would be a great match.
Yeah, that's definitely the one I'm waiting for. So if he's saying that, I'm waiting for him.
I would you say, are we making this the call out? Is this like Rev Pro title coming for it?
Yeah, definitely. Like even if the Web4 title or no title, I'm coming for him for sure. I bumped into him yesterday before leaving for Paris, and we posted a photo, and he was like, "Oh, I love my fans." So I was like, "Okay, I'll wait for him."
Amazing. Who would you have? Who would you have in your? Because obviously with Oku, especially if it's in Rev Pro, you know he's always going to have a mirror in his corner. Who would you have in your corner to counteract a mirror?
All right, it's a good question. I really have Celine with me.
Mm.
It's a really good friend of mine, so I probably would have Celine with me. And like if anyone wants to throw hands, I'll like, oh, Celine's here to do it. So she could let us, Michael and me, do our thing.
I was going to say that would be pretty great because Salida's great as well. Again, has that little bit of like Amira, has that little bit of like that edge where you know she could do something crazy at any time.
Yeah. Celine could snap at any moment. The fans, we can see it yet, but she could snap. Yeah.
Yeah, we need that as well. Bring that in as like tag match. That'd be great. Mixed tag.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. There's an idea. Yeah.
I mean, talk to me about the French scene because, like, again, it seems like in the last couple of years, it's really exploded. It's really like again made its mark. I think I think it was already like growing, and then
Yeah.
people saw when WWE came over for Backlash, and they saw the crowd, and they were like,
Mhm,
"Oh, there's something here."
mhm,
Talk to me about how, again, over the last few years, especially post COVID, because I know you've been like obviously part of the scene for a while now. So like
mhm.
post COVID, talk to me about how the scene has grown, how you've seen it grow, and how nice that is to know that again it's getting out there into a wider community.
I think I think it's been like pop like I would say it's growing a lot since like the backlash event, as you said, and like whether it's on the wrestling side or even the fan side, like since backlash now, a lot of wrestling fans that were just like WWE fans knew about like a bit of French wrestling and were oh maybe I'll try French wrestling and go to a show, enjoy it, and now the French wrestling fan they're supporting, they're going to every show possible. Now like we have like another promotion that just got created last weekend, Kyle Wrestling. Uh like with like streamers that was just they were just streaming WWE events. Now they're streaming French wrestling scene. They're like, oh, you need to go to this show. I know you just watching WWE, blah, blah, blah. But no, we have wrestling in our country and it's good wrestling. Sometimes even better than WWE, but not just come to our shows. And even on the wrestling side now, there's like more and more wrestlers uh like that want to try wrestling or even like they're breaking out on the French scene and they're trying to be everywhere. Like if it's not me that might be in the UK, you're gonna see other French wrestlers trying to go to the UK, other French wrestlers are trying to go to the States. So yeah, since like Backlash event, I would say there's like a not the boom did not happen yet, but we're on the way to have like that big boom because like they're coming back also in August. So yeah, it's gonna be another major event, I would say, for the French wrestling scene. So so yeah, just keep growing by the time.
I was gonna say, because I don't know if anything's sort of like been announced for around that yet, but are you hoping that like again WWE coming back in August is gonna be like almost like a mini, like it was over here when All In came over, like a mini WrestleMania weekend, the indies running as well, and like people really getting to loads of shows.
Yeah, APC. So APC, where I come from, is like running an event on I think the 2 days. So it's like the Friday and the Saturday on the day of the show. I think other wrestling companies might run the shows too. So yeah, everything's gonna happen big during that time.
Which is great. It's amazing, and I think like that's so important because I've said to a lot of people from across Europe who we've had on the show that I think before COVID, especially, if you wanted to like make your name as a European wrestler, I think you either had to be in the UK or you had to be at WXW.
Yeah.
And now it seems like that doesn't need to be the case. Like you can wrestle like in France, you can wrestle in Scandinavia, in Eastern Europe, and still be wrestling most weekends and have a really solid career and get your name out there without having to maybe like uproot your life and move somewhere else for it.
Yeah. Now like European wrestling is really everywhere. Like it's not just like one, two countries to have your eyes on. It's like every country. You need to be like you need to have your eyes on every country because I would say one of the top wrestler can come off of a country you wouldn't even expect to come from. Like maybe the next big wrestler might come from like I don't know Romania or somewhere. We don't know.
Exactly. It gives so much more opportunity,
Yeah.
which is amazing. And it's amazing for like guys like yourself, like Aigle, like Celine, like everyone in France as well, because like you say, new companies popping up as well shows how big the market is getting when people can be like, oh, there's space for another company here.
Mhm.
Like that shows how things are growing.
Yeah. It's incredible.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And talk to me about again, because this is going to come out in March, this chat, and so we're only a month away from WrestleMania. You're going to be out in Vegas for Mania.
Yeah.
That's a huge step as well. I think for like so many indie wrestlers to be like to take that leap, to take that chance, and go out there and stay out there for that period, and like because again, so, a lot of the times I know it's the case where you sort of announce you're going out there, but you don't always have all your bookings lined up or anything.
Yeah.
And so you're hoping those bookings come in. And so you're really taking a chance on yourself, being like, I'm ready for this. Like how big a thought process is that before deciding to do it? Because I imagine it can't be easy.
So I think it was for me it was kind of like a last minute, I would say, last minute call. Um, but yeah, like I was trying this because I was like, okay, I'm starting maybe I'm starting to like breaking out, I would say, like 2024, but and this year, I was like, okay, if I'm breaking out around the Europe, I can maybe also breaking out maybe on the US scene. I know it's not 100% guaranteed, but I can try. So I think yeah, WrestleMania weekend might be the perfect moment to do it. We don't know what can happen. If nothing happens, it's okay. I'm trying it. That's okay if nothing happens. But like yeah, why not trying? Like I was like, oh, I need to do this.
Exactly.
So if nothing happens, I'm gonna go to WrestleMania, enjoy it, and go home.
Yeah.
I end up broke that like.
But at least you're just it's like be exactly. You get something out of it. But again, like good luck to you for that. Hopefully you get your like week fully booked up because like
Thank you.
that would be amazing. That would be amazing. I'm going to jump into our first little feature that we've got here on the show. For anyone who maybe doesn't know you as well, this is a feature for them to sort of get to know you a bit because this is called Anatomy of a Pro Wrestler, and it's basically what makes Kuro Kuro. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and you let me know what comes to mind.
Okay.
So the first one is what is your favorite post pinfall pig out?
Now what?
Your favorite post pinfall pig out, like your cheat meal after a show.
Oh, McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you get?
Most of the time I get like double cheese fries, either 6 or 9 nuggets, I will say.
Nice.
And a good iced tea. Yeah. I like iced tea.
Nice. That's a solid order. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, you got to get the nuggets as the side. You got to get
Yeah. Every time I need to have this.
Not enough otherwise.
Oh, and now I just added it. Yeah, I just added it recently. After shows now, I'm eating what's the name of this? Reese's. You know the chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How you like those?
Yeah. I tried it recently. I was like, oh, it's really cool. So now I have this after match.
Nice. Yeah, I'll give you that little like sugar kick.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it. The next one is food based as well. It's like the classic. What would your like death row last meal be?
My last meal.
Yeah.
Probably have pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. What on the toppings?
The classic one, pepperoni pizza. Classic one.
Nice. Are we talking like a Domino's where it's like that sort of pizza, or are we talking like proper Italian, like classic pizza?
I would say Domino's. Have to. Yeah. I would say Domino's.
Really treat yourself. Yeah, it's the last meal. You got to go.
Yeah.
Nice. The next one is we're talking to Mr. Hype, so that's a good one because it's what is the song that gets you the most hype?
Recently, TV Off by Kendrick Lamar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Kendrick's killing it in a minute.
Yeah, he's my favorite #1 artist.
Did you watch the Super Bowl halftime show?
I don't want to tell how many times I watch it because you're gonna think I'm crazy. So, but yeah, I've watched it.
Just on repeat. On repeat every
whether it's on video or the audio, I've watched it and listened a lot of time.
Love it. I love it. The next one is what is the movie that you would show the locker room?
Oh. I would say Avengers Infinity War. And I'll forget. Toy Story 2.
Oh, classic. Yes. The great choice.
Toy Story 2.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good one. That is, yeah, I like that. That's two, I don't want to say very different. I don't think they're that different as films, but they're two good films.
Yeah, like Infinity War doesn't have like a good ending, but like hard to put this into it.
Oh, exactly. But that's the thing. It's like wrestling, right? Sometimes you don't want a good ending. Sometimes you bring it forward.
That's why I put Toy Story 2 aside. I was like, this is a really good ending with Toy Story.
Exactly. Yeah, you need something to drag the story out, don't you? You need something to like bring it forward. I love it. I love it. The next one's a bit of a throwback because it's what was your first job?
First job, I was working at Burger King.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was working at Burger King.
First job.
Yeah. It was classic, like I would say post school, like when I was 18 during the summer holidays. Yeah, that was my first job.
Nice. Yeah. Cool. Cool. The next one is the next one gets a little deep because it's what is your greatest fear?
My biggest fear? Mm. Mm, 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 mm. It's a good question. Biggest fear. I would say the end of the world before being able to make it.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get that.
'Cause
What do you mark?
yeah, world's going crazy nowadays. So I'm like, if it did not goes well before I make it,
I was gonna say you got to hurry up a little because it seems like people are on
yeah, that's why there's day when I'm thinking, oh, I need to hurry up because like the world's going mad nowadays.
But that gives you that incentive as well, almost, doesn't it? Give you that incentive to like push yourself, be like,
Yeah,
"Fuck, why not? Like, got to do it while you can."
yeah.
No, I love it. I love it. The next one is the next one's a little brighter because it's what is your favorite animal?
My favorite animal. I would say panda.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the panda.
great. That's a great choice.
And that's because of like Kung Fu Panda. I love pandas since then.
I'm getting a theme. I'm getting a theme with like the movies you like, things like that.
Yeah, I'm big into like the DreamWorks Disney movies and like the comics movies. Like yeah, that's the two of my favorite thing. But I also watch like a action movie, a bit of like thriller. Not a lot of horror movie, but like my favorites like I said earlier, like Avengers, Toy Story, Fast and Furious. I'm big of the Fast Furious saga. Transformers, like those my movies.
All I'm getting here is that we need you in some sort of like comedy rumble where there's loads of dressing up, so you can like come out as like just
Definitely down to do this. Like I'll show up as a character for sure.
yeah, we'd love that. We need that. Yeah, someone book that. Yeah. The next one is what is your favorite place in the world?
Uh, so I have two. First one will be in my home country, Cameroon. Like in my village, I would say that's my favorite place because that's where I'm like I'm home. I'm home. I'm with my family, my ancestors. Yeah, and it's like calm, relaxing. No, like there's no distraction, no sound. Like it's really calm. And second one would be uh, so yeah, it's kind of tight. I would say three. I would say number two would be in London. Comes, I'm a big fan of like the UK culture. So yeah, I would say London, and I would say New York.
Nice.
Yeah. Kind of like the New York experience that I got like last year, and I was like, I need to go back.
That's a really interesting like dynamic you have because you said like small village like out the way nothing and then like two of the biggest cities in the world.
Yeah. Because like I'm a big fan of like the like music, fashion, culture. So yeah, London and New York are famous to those two. Like so yeah, when I'm in London or in New York, I kind of feel like I'm home too because of its culture, and the sound and everything.
No, I love that. I love that.
And people think there's days where people think I'm from London. There's days people think I'm from New York. I was like, oh, no, that's sorry.
No, I love that though. That's great. You say you love the culture over here. Have you like I've got to ask, have you tried Greg's and Nando's?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like Greg's, Nando's. I checked Greg, Nando's, Wingstop recently.
Nice. That is British food at its finest.
Yeah. I've tried the little like the late night chicken chops in London too.
Yes. Love it. And you're a fan of them. You like them all.
Yeah, for sure. Like we need those chicken shops late night. What place did I try? Yeah, I think I literally try everything.
Nice. I love it. I think when you put your hand like that, when you're holding your hand like that, it's doing like the thumbs up on the screen. It didn't fit. It's good because that's what we're talking about. It's all good stuff. I love that.
Yeah, like every time I'm in London, I'm like, before coming, even for wrestling, I used to come like in London just to like experience the city chill. And most of the time, I used to stay around South London, like Brixton. I used to stay in Brixton because it reminds me of like some of my neighborhood around here. So I'm like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, it's really like.
Yeah, I know for some it's like dangerous for them. I'm like, oh, I'm okay in Brixton.
I think it's good. I think Brixton's getting a bit of a better reputation recently, especially
Yeah.
becoming a lot more arty, a lot more like almost like I don't want to say hipster because that sounds like kind of bad, like I'm insulting it, but no, like it's becoming like a little gentrified and like a really cool place to hang out. Like the last decade or so, it's been which is nice. No, Brixton's a great area. I love it. I love it. And the final one is, what is your dream holiday destination?
Mm, Tokyo. I would say yeah.
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 So just a holiday though, or you want to do like a working holiday? Where?
I would say both. Like if I end up wrestling, I mean, when I end up wrestling in Japan, I definitely gonna enjoy the wrestling, but also gonna enjoy like the holiday part of it because I'm a huge fan of like Japanese scene. My name is from like Japanese culture, and as you can tell on my gear and stuff, there's like Japanese sign on me because I'm a big fan of the Japanese um culture, and yeah, like I have to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have to go there. Love it so much.
No, it's brilliant. That's brilliant. I hope, and not hopefully, you will get out there one day. And when you do, it's going to be it's going to be amazing. It's getting your. I've got to ask you, and that brings an end to that feature. Before we go into our closing feature, I've got to ask you. Of course, you are Mr. Hype. So, what does hype mean to you? Sort of beyond the definition of it, like what does being Mr. Hype mean to you? What does someone need to have to be hype, to have hype?
I think to be hype is to kind of follow your heart, I would say. Like for me, if you're a fan of Mr. Hype, you're a fan of yourself. Kind of like a reflection, I would say. Because Mr. Hype is like being a fan of like music, being a fan of the fashion culture, being a fan of animes, being a fan of this. And it's all of this under one word. And it's hype, like being able to like show it, like to express it. Yeah, that's what the hype means for me.
Nice. I like that. I like.
And then for being able to be a great wrestler.
I was going to say, so in that case, like leading on from that, who else in the sort of like in the indie wrestling scene that you've worked with, do you think has what it takes to be hype? Like if it wasn't you, if someone else, if you were to give that name to someone else, who would you think like that's hype, they're hype?
Someone to like being Mr. Hype and all that. Yeah. I would say Leon Slayer and I would say him and probably Aigle Blanc could also be it could be Mr. Hype.
Yeah, that's two great choices. That's really good choices. I like that. I like that a lot. Well, that brings us into our closing feature. We've learned a bit about you, and now we're going to learn a bit about sort of like your locker room mates, the people you share the ring with, because this feature is called Dishing the Dirt, and I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to let me know who comes to mind for each one.
Okay.
So the first one is who has the worst music taste? The answers we normally get are from people that you like carpool with or something, where you're like on travel and they put their music on and you're like, oh.
So I would say it needs to listen to more things, but I would say Alex Schneider is our ref in France. Yeah, I would say him needs to listen to more music.
Just doesn't have a wide scope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. The next one is outside of the ring, who has the worst dress sense?
Dress?
Yeah, who dresses the worst, like outside the ring?
Sorry, I would say Alex again.
No music, no black sun.
Yeah. We used to make fun of that, but yeah, I would say Alex.
Oh no,
he's starting to.
He's starting to learn.
Yeah.
Okay, he's getting up, but not quite yet.
Yeah.
On that way. The next one's a bit nicer because it's in the ring. So you're at a show and you've forgotten your gear, and you need to go backstage. It can be anywhere. It can be in Germany, in France, like in the UK, anywhere. You need to go backstage and ask to borrow someone's gear, and it's one size fits all. Whoever you pick, their gear will magically fit you. Whose gear do you look at and you're like, I could pull that off?
That's a tough one.
There's a lot of good gear.
Yeah.
The thing is, do you go for something similar to you, or do you go really out there, something that you'd like never normally wear?
I would say LG carry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I would say LG carry.
That's a good one. LJ is a great gear.
Yeah. I would say LG carry.
I think you pull out. It's not too dissimilar to what you wear as well. I think that would be like.
Yeah. I'll wear the pink one. Aigle.
Nice. Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, the pink and the white one. Yeah. I'll take that one.
Yeah, I was afraid. I wouldn't see you go really out there, like an Aigle with the mask, or like a Celine, just go really out there with it. Like,
yeah. It would be so much difficult. I tried his mask one time. I was like, no.
How do you do it?
Nah, he's like, I can't.
No, it's a good one. I like it. The next one is the next one's my favorite on the list. It's a very important one. It's who would you, under no circumstances, let a family member date? So like a member of your family walks in at a and they've got someone on their arm, like a wrestler, and you're like, no, not happening.
So one that can date a member of my family, or one that cannot?
Cannot.
Who cannot?
Yeah. Like who would you like absolutely say no to? Like no chance.
Has to be more than one. Mecca. Yeah, there's Mecca first, who comes to mind. Joseph. Yeah, Joseph Hennig Jr. Access denied for them. Another one I have in mind. Alex.
Yeah.
Access denied.
Because of the music and the direct set.
Yeah. Like access denied. Who else? I think I have that's my top 3.
Yeah, I think 3 still a lot. 3 still.
Yeah.
Stay away. Yeah, I like it. When you said can, I got me interested. Is there anyone that you would be okay with? Is there anyone that you would be okay with if that was day?
I think so. I don't know who, but I think they might come and be like, oh,
it could be someone. It probably
yeah.
Brilliant. The next one is who would throw the best party in the locker room? I think best party. I always say best party, but that's maybe the wrong way. It's that who would throw the party that Kuro would most want to be at?
So, Aigle Blanc, Columbus, Joe Lando, Leon Slayer, Mecca, Omari.
Nice.
I would say Omari. Yeah, I would say those. Yeah.
That's good. I like it. Loads of big parties.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, you got a choice. You got plenty of choice.
Yeah, definitely.
The rule is they're not all partying on the same night, and then you have to make the choice.
I would have the session Martina too.
Oh, a session moth party would be wild.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one we get a lot. We get the session moth one a lot. You know that's going on. You know there's something wild happening there.
Yeah.
Awesome. And the final one I think is the most important one. It's who would you choose to be your partner in the zombie apocalypse?
I'll go with Aigle Blanc too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we talking like again like a team up, or are we talking like you'd let him deal with it and you just run it?
Like a perfect team up. If I have someone that is gonna do it, it will be Mecca. But if someone that team up, it will be Aigle Blanc.
Yeah, nice. I like it. Well, that's brilliant. That brings an end to that feature, nearly an end to our chat. But I've got a couple of final questions before we wrap it up. The first thing is, again, we talked about like opponents you want to face here in British wrestling, but over the course of 2025, again, I know you said at the beginning of the chat you're hoping that this can be like the real sort of breakout year for you. Like I know last year was like the breakup, but this is the year that really like pushes you on. So in terms of if we were having this chat this time next year, and I said to you, has it been a good 2025 for Kuro? What would that look like for you? What would you want to have achieved or hope to have achieved in that time for it to be a good year?
I would say being able to like come back to like Progress, RevPro, like the biggest like UK promotions, Ichiban also. Um, Maybe having like a title in all of that. Maybe I have a title in all of that. And also being able to like do more in the States. And yeah, I would think that'll be enough to have like a good 2025. And being able to like having those matches, I guess like some like big opponents in the UK.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good year. I think that'd be a great year for you. That'd be awesome. Hopefully that can happen. I mean, I'm sure it will, because again, you've really like made your mark over here. People love you over here. Like, I know we talked about it, but like, I don't know if you see it as much as like from the outside, like everyone is chatting about you. Like all the people I talk to, like just absolutely go wild when they know you're on the card.
That is sick.
But you are smacking it. You are smacking it, and that's great. I only have a couple of final questions, but they're not questions that I thought of, because we have a closing tradition here on the podcast where our last guest leaves a question for our next guest. And they don't know who they're going to leave it for. So this person didn't know they were leaving the question for you, and you're not allowed to know who left you the question. But this question, actually, the last people that we had on was a tag team. So you've got 2 questions to answer here. So the first one is if you were to like if indie wrestling had its own like version of the WWE Slammy Awards, what Slammy Award would you win and why?
I'll say maybe moment of the year,
Yeah.
because I'm big on like moments.
Who would you want that moment to be with?
Like is that as a tag team, right?
Sorry, yeah, no. So it was a tag team that left you that question.
Okay. But like, oh yeah.
So like, yeah, so like a made up, like if you could make up a Slammy Award and give it to yourself, what one would you win basically?
I would say either maybe moment of the year of maybe me debuting or winning, like having a big win, or either maybe match of the year.
Nice. Yeah. Who, if you were going to win the Match of the Year award, like either for a match you've already had or for like a future match, who would you want that match to be with?
I'll probably say either Aigle Blanc or either Michael Oku. Those are the 2 I can have in mind.
Those are 2 you could easily have a Match of the Year with.
Yeah, I would say 3. I would say Leon, Michael, and Aigle Blanc.
Hell yeah. Oh, those 3, like any of those 3 matches. I know you and Aigle have already faced off, but like the others as well, like need those happening again. Like that would be great. That would be great. And the second question very much gives away who we had on the podcast, but it's all good because it's who is your favorite member of Hyperactive?
Anita, because Anita's my favorite.
Why is that?
I've known her since like Ireland, and also like I'll say she's my favorite just for the Triple A team in the Rumble.
In the Multiverse Rumble.
Yeah.
That was a great moment. That was hilarious.
She's great. She's great. Her partner is great too. They're both great.
But Anita top.
Yeah, Anita wins for me.
That's fair. That Multiverse Rumble appearance was incredible. When we had them on talking about that, like that was just crazy. And like she said she didn't expect it to blow up as much as it did.
And she speaks good French too. She's really great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good to know. She said she's like learning German as well. She's going to be so many languages. Like,
she can show some French words, and I'm like, oh shit.
Hell yeah, I love it, Anita. Brilliant, amazing. Oh, Sapphire's not going to be pleased to hear that, but sorry. Oh, that's brilliant, and that's a great way to end the recording. Kuro, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Thank you. Yeah, it means a lot. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Of course, no, and congratulations to you for the year you've had, for the last couple of years you've had. It's great to see you like breaking out further. I can't wait to see what the next year has in store for you.
Thank you.
No, of course. And like we always leave our show with our guest having the final word. So whether it's in in France, or hopefully in the US over Mania weekend, or back here in the UK, if anyone comes to a show that Kuro is on the card and they want to come and see you and check you out, why is Mr. Hype going to steal the show?
Because well, first of all, because I'm the best dressed in, like, I would say in wrestling. I would say I'm the best dressed guy. So you're definitely not gonna miss what I'm wearing. Gonna see it. And also, like, I love to give a moment, like, to the fans. Love to give like an experience more than just a match. I love to give like an experience. So yeah, I think that's the reason why.